Let's take a look at the power tool deals for today. Let's start by going over to Lowe's and going to the deals of the day. Well, this one's decent. It's okay. There's Metabo HBT, the tank, 6-gallon portable electric, 200 PSI pancake air compressor. So it has a high PSI rating, 6 gallons, so it's a decent size. It's still portable, but decent. So at $80 off, that's a pretty decent deal. I call this one a deal semi-illusion, because it's DeWalt half-inch 20-volt max variable speed brushless cordless hammer drill with 1 battery and charger. These sorts of things go on sale all the time, and when they go on sale, they're about the same price as this deal of the day. And it's so frequent that this isn't really all that great of a deal. It's a good drill. It's not a banger. The Kobalt hand tools are on sale, some of them anyway, up to 50% off. This is kind of a squib, and you can probably judge from the word squib what I mean by that. There's also a couple Kobalt job site tools like the sawhorses and the roller stand, but that's not that exciting. So that's about it for Lowe's. Home Depot has 2 different deals they run. There's daily deals and there's week-long deals for the pros. Now, to become a Home Depot pro, you have to pass a rigorous testing process. I'm just kidding. I think you just need a pulse, just like the Lowe's store. But looks like today there's 50% off select power tools. So that could be exciting. These Milwaukee deals happen a whole lot. Ryobi deals happen a whole lot at Home Depot. So if you miss one or you don't have the money for one week, you just stick around and you're probably going to see that deal again. That being said, a lot of these are okay. Some of these are a little bit better. Like you look at this first row, I like the Forge batteries. I've never had a Forge battery before. I love the M12 fuel drill and impact driver. You get a battery with that one. It's $249, so it's okay. In this row, I think the oscillating tool is probably the best deal. You got 2 of those high output batteries, you get the charger, and you get the oscillating tool and all those fine accessories. It's a pretty good oscillating tool. I've tested them in the past, so I think in this row, that's going to be the best. Maybe that's how we'll do this. We'll do in this row. The next row is DeWalt tools. Now that first one, just forget about it. That's a stinker. Drill and impact driver, they're brushed. Forget about it. The second one, the miter saw, that's a good miter saw. So that's a pretty good deal right there. And the batteries are a pretty good deal. DeWalt's been doing this a lot lately, or the stores have been doing this with DeWalt batteries. They're at a really, really great price. So if you need DeWalt batteries, look around or just wait a couple days at Home Depot and you'll probably find a really great deal. It's a 2 amp hour battery, which is kind of a wussy battery. And then you have your 4 amp hour battery, which I think is probably tabless because it's the new XR. So it's probably tabless or 2700 or some kind of nice battery pack. So that could be a really good deal for your DeWalt tools. Now I'm stopping on this row only because that very last drill on the far right, it's on sale a lot as well. So $95 is a pretty good price for it, but you're going to see that several times during the year, so that's not exceptional anyway. On this row, the impact wrench and the impact driver are probably the best deal. This is a pretty exciting row right here because we have Ridgid at a deep discount. The very first set of batteries there are their max output batteries. There's 2 4 amp hour batteries and a charger for $79. That's a banger. That's pretty good. So if you have Ridgid tools, you could get that. Right next to it, you have the cordless inverter with a battery and a charger for $79. That's a pretty good deal as well. The bandsaw next to it, to me, that's not as good a deal. And then the belt sander, I think, is a pretty good deal. But that battery is going to be pretty useless with a belt sander because belt sanders eat up batteries for breakfast. Belt sander is going to eat that 2 amp hour in about 5 minutes or less. So there's a few things about this row. The first 2, I don't really care for. The right angle drill, whatever. I don't think anyone should buy that ever. The half-inch drive sockets, I think, are fantastic. I love their sockets. I think they're great. And that bandsaw with the impact driver is also a pretty good deal, I think. $329 seems like a lot, but when you look at their products and how much they cost, that's actually a decent deal. A couple things about this row. The pressure washer on the left is just a nice little basic run-of-the-mill pressure washer. It's a good price. I actually have an older version of this, and I use it all the time. It's not going to be as powerful as the big ones or the gas ones, but for household stuff, you want to clean off your siding and things like that, I think it's really, really good. Also, the home light stuff. If you have a little tiny house with a little tiny yard, these things would be perfect, and they are deeply discounted for some reason right now. So you have the little grass trimmer, whatever. I've never owned a grass trimmer in my life. I don't know why you would own that. Weed whacker, I can totally understand. Has a rechargeable internal battery, I believe. Looking on the next row is the leaf blower version of that. Again, 90 mile an hour, 160 CFM leaf blower is really small. But if you just want to clear your sidewalk each morning, that's going to be perfect. I like this one right here, the third in the line, the Milwaukee Fuel Hammer Drill and Impact Driver. Typically, you buy that as a kit. It's about $400. But if you already have a ton of M18 batteries, these tool-only versions for $200, I think it's a pretty good steal right there. That means $100 a piece. It's a pretty decent price for fuel drill driver and impact driver because they are very nice and very powerful. Here's another row of interesting rigid products. We have a decent price on the batteries on the far right. On the far left, I don't know about that because we just had a better deal higher up in this very same page. And if you go to the 10 tool combo kit, $475 is a pretty good price for a 10 tool combo kit, and you have about every single tool you can think of right there, and you get max output batteries. That's kind of cool if you want to get into the rigid platform. If you've always been wondering about the rigid platform, you just buy the whole platform at one time. And just very quickly, the oscillating tool blades there on the right, it's a pretty great deal for Milwaukee oscillating tool blades, so just keep note of that if that's something you need. And here's another 3/8 drive socket set, and comes with a little pack out container. Pretty good deal there as well, and I love both the pack out containers and their sockets. The Ryobi jigsaw with the 3 batteries and the rigid sanders, pretty decent deals right there. With that jigsaw and those batteries, you can pretty much use that jigsaw as intended. The batteries are large enough, at least 2 out of 3 of them are at 4 amp hours. And the rigid stuff, you get 2 different sanders for $131. They're brushless. Seems like a pretty good deal as well. So we're going to stop there for today. There's many more stores out there, and if you have a store you want me to cover each day, just let me know in the comments down there. There's a ton of great deals out there, and as I always say, never pay full price for power tools.